I gotta make sure I sound real nice while I do my audio check before I give you some fun facts. All the beer fun facts. I got a gato next to me and she's got lots of fun facts. We're here to give you all the fun facts. But because it's like 6 in the morning, I'm drinking coffee, not beer, because I need it. Alright, so this one isn't 100% confirmed, but it is widely assumed that one of the beers drank on the Titanic was actually Wrexham Lager. Sources have been told that it wasn't any old lager, it's actually a Munich-style lager, and it's assumed that it was Wrexham because they actually produced quite a few lagers, different styles under different brands, and that's supposed to be the beer that was on the Titanic from Wrexham Brewing, which is actually the UK's oldest brewery, established in 1882. April 15th, 1955 was when the very first Mickey D's, aka McDonald's, opened their doors. The reason we're talking about it is because there's 15 different countries that McDonald's actually serves beer in. So you can have a burger and a beer because we all know it's delicious together. Just not here. We're not one of those countries. Before hops became a dominant flavor and ingredient in beer, they actually used to use a lot of herbs and spices. Like yarrow and mugwort and juniper to add the extra bitterness to it. These beers were called Groot. And the style itself is actually on a comeback right now, as a lot of brewers are finding a lot of joy in brewing these old ancient type of beers. It's pretty cool. Groot. Reminds me of the Guardians of the Galaxy guy. Groot. We've talked about a bunch of the different pouring techniques, right? And you go at the 45, yada, yada, yada. That's generally true, but there are a couple beers to that exception. And one of them is going to be a slow pour beer, which can take up to 5 minutes, and it is exactly what it says. You just really slowly trickle the beer in. It creates a big head on top of the beer that settles, but it retains instead of going flat. It's meant to reduce some of the carbonation and really enhance the flavor of the beer. It's well worth the wait. If you've never done one, they usually come in a really slender, tall glass, and they're fantastic. And it's just fun to get this beer with this big, bulbous head of foam on top of it. That's all I got. It's a good time. Would recommend. According to legend, the reason we have Das Boot, and yes, this is a tiny little boot, is because a Persian general promised his troops if they were victorious, he would drink a beer from his nasty leather boot. And when they were victorious, he was like, that's super gross, and instead made a glass mold of his boot and drank it from that. Now people do the shoe beer. That's gross. Don't do it. Like, drink from this. This is way more fun. It's traditional. It's great. You can even get a tiny one, but don't drink out of your own shoe. It's so gross. So